Mahalo paddlers, my name is Mindy Clark, and boy do I have some California paddling history for you. Much has been written about A.E. Toots Minville, a visionary of Hawaiian canoe paddling, how he planned, promoted, and then struggled to have a race across the Molokai Channel back in the early 50s. Which the planning for really started when Toots' day job was land surveying. He got a contract on the island of Molokai to survey for a water project back in 1935. Like I said, much has been written about that inaugural event. In the second Molokai canoe race in 1953, a lifeguard from Santa Monica wanted to paddle the channel with the canoes on a Joe Quigg designed paddleboard. He was hosted by the Aloha Week Committee, the sponsors of the race. He crossed the channel that year in 9 hours, 20 minutes. That paddleboarder was Tommy Zahn, famed surfer of the 40s. Toots, being the born promoter, had conversations with Tommy about bringing the sport of Hawaiian outrigger paddling to California. Those conversations weren't the only ones that Toots had with potential contacts. Well, in 1958, Tom Zahn became a lifeguard for Newport Beach, and he had just won his third Catalina to Manhattan Beach paddleboard race that year. Tom let Toots know that a meeting had been held in Newport in 1959. That the new aquatic park called Newport Dunes would underwrite the race from Catalina to the dunes in September of that year. Look and listen to the original 16mm movie made by one of those California paddlers, Ron Drummond, who was also a famed surfer and writer from Doheny. So sit back and enjoy. This is your history.
This is the first annual Catalina race involving Hawaiian outrigger canoes in 1959. In this film you will see who actually started and participated in the race of those two canoes. Also, the original coaches, the canoes and their builders, the paddlers, and the sponsors. Today, the participants approach the race more scientifically, and the canoes and the paddles are sleeker. Henceforth, the race is about an hour faster, but for some things remain the same. They are Hawaiian-designed canoes, and we all have fun. So enjoy, and mahalo.
Be strong and alive, O sons of Hawaii, and nobly stand together, hand in hand. All dangers defy ye, O sons of Hawaii, and bravely serve your own, your fatherland. Ring, ring, Kali, ring, swell the echo of our song. Ray, 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 ra, ray, ray, kamehameha. Let hills and valleys loud our song prolong. Kamehameha home, we love you. We grieve the thought of leaving you. For graduates we'll be, and we'll have to roam from thee, our pride and inspiration for many years. Ring, ring, Kali, ring, swell the echo of our song. Ray, 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 ra, ray, ray, kamehameha. Let hills and valleys loud our song prolong. Let hills and loud our song prolong.
the good times that we were young and it was fine to feel your spirit as it climbed. There are no regrets, only good times. We were friends in younger days, although we went our separate ways. You were my friend, you never turned away. Who can say what life will do? Life is kind to just a few. There are no regrets, only good times. Ooh, in time we will grow, we will change, as free as the wind and the waves. Live your life the way you choose. Find the ones who laugh with you, like the sea will find its way to shore. As the sun sinks from the sky, live your life and you will find there are no regrets, only good times, only good times.
Hey, Mindy again. How about those lays? Well, I'll try and tell you who all these paddlers are, just to let you know how immense this project of Toots was. The fellow with the hat is the Hawaiian all-star coach Louis Kahanamoku, younger brother of Duke Kahanamoku, who, by the way, was the Grand Marshal of this first race. Next to Louis is Toots, that visionary who spread Hawaiian canoe paddling all over the world. Behind him is Archival from Outrigger Canoe Club. The girl holding the key is Sandy Maracas. Behind her is Albert Shirakara, paddler and coach from Canoe Canoe Club. The big guy is Frank Hendricks from the Big Island Canoe Club Kaiapua. He is their coach and famed canoe builder. Below him is Waikiki Surf Club's coach and paddler Dutchie Kimo. Check out the size of the blades they used back then. Next to Frank is his son, Sonny Hendrickson. The fellow with the big grin is Chris Bodie from Lanikai. And notice that the Hawaii state flag he's holding. Hawaii had just become an official state 1 month earlier. Behind Chris is Joe Gilman, who still lives in Lanikai. Next to him, Charlie Kanai from Holomau Canoe Club. This is a canoe club that loaned the California one of their first training canoes, which came up 2 months prior to the race in September. Joe Myers from Heilani, then Saul Kalama from Holomau. Kneeling is Charlie Kamoy from the friendly island of Molokai. Behind the stewardess is Dougie Carr from Outrigger Canoe Club. And finally, here is the most famous steering guru from Waikiki Surf Club, and that would be Big Blue Makua. Well, let's cut back and see some more history. This shot of the California boys at the dunes from left to right are Dave Ane, who had previously lived in Hawaii as a teenager and paddled for Huinalu Canoe Club as a junior. After high school, he received a football scholarship and was going to school in Los Angeles. Toots called him in '59 and asked him to come down and try out. Next is George Copa, another displaced Hawaiian. He had paddled for Noah back when Noah coached Waikiki Surf Club in 1959. This is Roger Johnson, one of Tom's son. Next is Doug Wood, who was a school teacher from Seal Beach. Mike Johnson, Tom's oldest son. John Sadlier, and then Tom Johnson, who at the time was the vice president of the Southern California Canoe Association, the flatwater Indian-style canoes. Tom was also a fiberglass canoe builder, which will eventually play up big for this sport's growth. This is Noah Kalama. He had been asked by Toots and Louie to come up and coach the California boys. At the time, Noah was the assistant coach for Hui Kalia Canoe Club and also the vice president of the Hawaiian Canoe Racing Association of Oahu. Next to him is Lauren Whitey Harrison. Lauren's history covers many decades of waterman activity, but quickly he was a surfer, paddleboarder from the 30s. Jack Bell, a lifeguard from Newport Beach, then Dick Harrison, Lauren's relative. Ted Sizemore was a police officer from Long Beach. Now, the big guy is Ron Drummond, and he is this film's producer. He also was an Indian canoe surfer from Doheny and also wrote a book on surfing in the early 50s. The ladies in the picture down in front are Marianne Kalama, Noah's wife, Shirley Copa, George's wife, Leanne Johnson, Tom's daughter, Cecilia Harrison, Lauren's wife, and down here is Tom's wife, Virginia. Not shown is Dan Vavidis, who was a stuntman from Hollywood who would go on to be cast in many of Clint Eastwood's movies. So that's pretty much who paddled this first race back in 1959. Let's go and enjoy some more paddling history. This canoe here with the yellow gunnels is the Kai Mana Hila from the Ho'omau Canoe Club. The seats 3, 4, and 5 are between the yakus, a rarity in outrigger canoe rigs. This canoe, Ni'uhi, which means shark, is from the Hale Au Canoe Club, whose coach at the time was Sam Kahanamoku. Hale Au was one of the first clubs that ran the beach concessions at Waikiki. Here is the beautiful Malia, owned by Waikiki Surf Club. At the time, the Malia was considered one of the finest shaped canoes around, with many awards to her credit. Toots, Louie, Noah, and Tom all knew the sport was ripe for expansion. Wood canoes were out of the question because of the lack of shaping skills here and the availability of any type of logs around. They all felt that fiberglass canoes were going to be needed to be built for all that expansion to take place.